call to order, and do we have please, roll call? Here.
Present.
Here.
Present.
Yeah.
President, Ms. Scott.
Here. Thank you. All right, so we have one matter before us today, the resolution pertaining to the Center for Discovery bond. Walter, you want to tell us why we're here?
Yes, the agency issued both tax exempt and taxable revenue bonds, which in the year 2017. The interest rate in those bonds is a variable interest rate tied to the London Interbank Offer Rate, LIBOR, and the institutional lenders which establish that rate have decided that they're going to discontinue publishing LIBOR as of July 1. The bond documents did not have any language that would allow the replacement of the benchmark of LIBOR with some other replacement index. So the purpose of the resolution is to authorize execution of necessary documents, of which there are many pounds of documents. These are just the signature pages, by the way. There's probably this many documents.
Can the treasurer also sign the?
He could have if I had put it in there, but he told me he was busy today.
I see.
So,
Anyway.
so the proposal is,
Conflict of
the
interest.
proposal is to do two things. There's a new benchmark that has already begun to be published called the Secured Overnight Financing Rate, SOFR. So that would modify the interest rate, the variable interest rate on the bonds to a certain index above daily simple SOFR, which is the rate which banks pay each other to move money around. But probably equally important, since these bonds last a long time, we've included now a hardwire provision which authorizes the trustee to replace the index if the index is no longer available, so we would never have to do this again. So if SOFR goes away, Susie, during your tenure as chairman, we won't have to go through signing another bunch of
Isn't
papers.
every bond, are all bond instruments? Did all bond instruments fail to have this ability?
No, there was a
No,
wide
there was
variety
always
of forms of bond instruments. Some of them are, or some of them automatically revert to prime or an index above prime,
Mhm.
which would be for the Center for Discovery a complete disaster because their interest rate plus their index is well below prime.
Right,
And it will be
with SOFR also.
with SOFR, it'll be 11 basis points above daily simple SOFR,
Okay.
which will be their.
How does that
interest rate.
compare to LIBOR?
It's, the effort here was to make it so that it's absolutely as even as possible
Okay,
with LIBOR.
okay.
Now, that won't turn out to be the case in the long run, but at least going in, 11 bips above daily simple SOFR has been historically pretty much equal to LIBOR.
Okay.
So Howard Siegel is the, I guess he still is the president of the Irwin Siegel Agency.
Correct, but the corporation that I work for writes the insurance for the
Right.
Center for Discovery.
So he's gonna recuse himself?
You can, but I don't see why that's a conflict.
It's
If
probably,
That's
it probably
fine.
isn't,
Not, but.
it probably isn't.
You're taking that
So,
from-
so just for the record, I don't work for myself any longer. I
Right.
sold my business to a Chicago conglomerate 5 years ago. I'm saying it specifically to be on the record so that if everybody understands that, because we didn't change the name and we haven't allowed the company to move as
Mhm.
part of the sale, so the employees kept their jobs. But I no longer financially benefit from the arrangement with this.
Okay,
Okay, so we need a motion and.
give a motion to put Ed.
Ed Sykes.
Second, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, carries. That is there any new business for the funding court then?
This is, these are the balances.
No. Those were the original amounts.
Oh, there was one for 490,000.
That was a taxable one that paid closing costs. Okay. The exempt ones are the ones above.
Jesus, there is a lot of figures.
And anything else that we have for new business? Okay. I have a motion to adjourn the funding court meeting. An hour. Oh, so sorry, so sorry.
No. I did forget something previously.
What was that in the other meeting?
That was in the other meeting, but it still has to do it. I know Mike Taylor when he was EMT from the racetrack. And there's a reason why I did not say anything about this whole thing, because I really believe when you start to help somebody locally, it's more of a benefit to us in the long run. Because we've got a better chance of success. And I watched Mike over the years, I watched him with the ASPCA. And he and his family have always been good supporters of the community. And I think it's a good, solid choice for growth. And I support you on what you're doing with him, cooperating with him to make it happen. And because, and you know, and I'm doing Mike, but my granddaughter for the last 3 years was at the ski slope over the winter. But her mother said, "You're gonna go to work. There's no choice about this." You know, and it's a benefit to everybody that's there and the community around it. So I applaud him for what he's doing. And I applaud you for making it happen. Thank you.
Okay,
Meeting adjourned.
motion to adjourn.
All right.
Did we already do that?
Yep, Ed,
We
me,
had that.
John.
All in favor?
We have another meeting?
No, we're done.
Oh,